The ongoing grooming gang crisis highlights a significant failure within government institutions, revealing a stark contrast between political promises and true accountability. This situation has ignited public outrage and fueled calls for urgent reform. The trend of outsourcing authority to unelected entities, particularly the judiciary, has weakened the power of elected officials like the Prime Minister. This shift presents challenges in achieving substantial governance changes. Moreover, ideological influences from universities and media are reshaping political discourse in Britain. This development reflects a concerning tendency where groupthink suppresses diverse viewpoints, eroding the foundations of democracy. Increasingly, government institutions are leaning to the left, a phenomenon explained by O'Sullivan's law, which posits that organizations drift left unless explicitly right-leaning. This trend poses significant risks to economic policy and governance. The alarming lack of economic awareness among government officials is evident, as many seem disconnected from the realities of business operations. This detachment leads to ineffective budgeting and policymaking. Accountability within public service is essential. Without it, there's a tendency to perpetuate the status quo and shy away from acknowledging failures. Effective leadership must prioritize accountability to inspire genuine transformation. Currently, the bureaucratic framework is in chaos, impeding any leader's capacity to implement meaningful change. A comprehensive restructuring of this system is vital for authentic reform. The mainstream media often prioritizes sensationalism over substantive policy discussions, potentially skewing public perception. This fixation can obscure the pressing issues facing the nation. Consequently, there is a rising demand for authenticity in both media and political spheres. Citizens increasingly seek leaders who genuinely reflect their interests and address their concerns. The conversation also raises important issues surrounding immigration policies and their consequences for national identity and social cohesion. It prompts critical discussions about deportation and its societal ramifications. Interestingly, there is a noted shift in voter demographics supporting conservative parties, transitioning from affluent backers to a more diverse constituency. This shift signifies a broader transformation in societal values and political alliances. Additionally, the role of grassroots movements in shaping political agendas is emphasized, contrasting with traditional media narratives. This suggests that public pressure is crucial for driving meaningful political change. The critical issue of accountability within the judiciary is underscored, as inadequate oversight can result in unjust treatment of individuals in the legal system. This concern is exacerbated by legal interpretations that may fail to uphold equality. Economic systems in the UK face criticism for being excessively centralized in London, overlooking the needs of residents in the north and smaller towns. This oversight fosters a sense of disenfranchisement among working-class citizens. This discussion advocates for a collective movement centered on meaningful change rather than merely swapping political leaders. It highlights the necessity of tackling systemic issues impacting citizens' lives. Furthermore, the conversation explores the role of cryptocurrencies, often seen as an alternative to the constraints of traditional banking. This trend reflects a burgeoning skepticism towards established financial systems. Instances of banks shutting down accounts due to clients' Bitcoin transactions exemplify the increasing scrutiny banks exert over individuals' financial activities. This situation raises significant concerns regarding privacy and autonomy. The aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis ushered in stricter regulations, creating bureaucratic hurdles for both businesses and consumers. This reality suggests that regulation can sometimes produce unintended negative consequences. The conversation also addresses concerns about high taxation and the implications of government size on economic growth, with participants sharing personal anecdotes that influence their entrepreneurial ambitions. Criticism of utility privatization centers around inefficiencies and environmental challenges. The discussion advocates for better regulation to ensure effective management of these essential sectors. The debate surrounding the government's role includes topics like education and the arts, questioning the justification for public funding. Participants deliberate the implications of taxpayer money on access to cultural institutions. The speaker contends that the NHS has become bloated due to excessive middle management and proposes that incentivizing private healthcare could enhance overall performance, aiming to alleviate pressure on public services. A comparison is drawn between the NHS and international healthcare systems like those in Australia and Japan, demonstrating alternative models that might provide superior patient care and increased accountability. Finally, the conversation broadens to encompass societal concerns about the perceived erosion of free speech and civil liberties in the UK, suggesting that recent legislative changes have adversely affected personal freedoms.